Pete the Cat, Super Pete by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the Cat is out for a walk. Pete listens to the owls. He listens to the frogs. Just then, coming from his watch. Pete races home. It's time for Pete the Cat to become Super Pete. Pete presses a button in his room. The wall slides away. Pete sees a set of steps. Down, 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 down he goes. Pete steps into his lair. It is full of groovy things to help him fight crime. 10,000 reward, most wanted, crime computer. Pete the Cat puts on his awesome cat suit. He puts on his cape and his sneakers. Now Super Pete is ready to save the city. Pete. Pete sees a flashing light. There's a message on his computer. It is the mayor. Help! Come quick, Super Pete, the mayor says. We need your help. There is trouble at the warehouse. Pete pulls a lever. Whoosh! Pete's nifty jet stings into his lair. Pete hops into the jet. He zips into the air. Super Pete is on his way to save the day. Pete races to the sky. He hits a button. The jet shimmers. Jet disappears. Now the jet is invisible. No one will know Super Pete is coming. Pete hovers over the warehouse. He straps on a parachute. He jumps. Pete lands on the roof. He goes inside the warehouse. It is dark. He cannot see. Pete puts on his night vision goggles. He sees two bad guys. They are carrying a box. Pete picks up a rock. He puts it in his slingshot. The rock hits the box. The bad guys drop the box. They climb out a window. Pete races to the window. The bad guys have a boat. They're getting away. Pete pushes a button on his cat suit. His sneakers turn into flippers. A mask closes over his face. Pete jumps into the water. He swims after the bad guys. Pete takes a rope from his pocket. He twirls it over his head. Pete aims, he throws. The rope catches the boat. Pete pulls himself along the rope. Pete climbs into the bad guy's boat. He ties up the bad guys. Pete pushes a button on his watch. His jet appears above him. Pete pulls the bad guys into his jet. Pete brings the bad guys to the mayor. Super Pete saved the day. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Pete's sneakers turned to flippers and the mask covered his face. Now he can swim. Pete the Cat, A Pet for Pete by James Dean. Pete is going to the pet store. He is going to get a pet. Pete wants a bird, a hamster, or a lizard. But then, Pete sees a goldfish. That's what I want, he tells his mom. Pete's mom gets fish food. I'm going to call you Goldie, Pete says to his new pet. You are my first pet, Pete tells Goldie. On the way home, fish food. Pete takes Goldie to his room. He feeds her fish food. Now what? Asks Pete. He can't play with Goldie. He can't swim with her. Pete knows what he can do. Pete paints a picture of Goldie. He paints 4 fins and an orange tail. What a pretty painting, says Pete's mom. You can keep it, says Pete. Cool painting, says Bob. Can you make one for me? Sure, says Pete. Pete paints a picture for Bob. Wow, says Bob. It looks just like Goldie. Bob shows Pete's painting to his friend Tom. Now Tom wants a painting too. Pete paints another painting of Goldie to take to school for show and tell. This is Goldie, my pet fish, Pete tells his class. Cute fish, cool colors, nice work. I wish I had a painting of Goldie, says Benny. I'll make you one, says Pete. Everyone in Pete's class wants a painting of Goldie. Pete's grandma wants a painting too. Pete has a lot to do. He has to feed Goldie. He has to do his homework, fish food, math homework. Pete paints and paints. He makes paintings for everyone on his list. At last, Pete is done. He worked hard. There is no paint left. Orange, blue, red, green, yellow. Pete's paintings are a big hit. Pete is happy to be done, but Pete is not done. Now everyone in town wants a painting of Goldie. Bus driver, coach. Pete gets more paint. I don't know what to do, he says to his mom. I wish I could paint pictures for everyone. I just don't have time. Blue, green. Pete's mom has an idea. She tells it to Pete. Great idea, says Pete. Pete gets right to it. This time he works outside and makes a huge painting. Honk honk, beep beep. Here comes Pete. He has made one painting for Goldie for everyone in town to enjoy. Cat City Hall. What a great day! When Pete gets home, he tells the real Goldie all about it. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Pete's mom tells Pete an idea. They made a huge painting for everyone to share. Pete the cat and the bad banana. Pete the cat is eating a banana. Pete loves bananas. They are sweet and tasty and easy to peel. Every morning, Pete puts bananas in his cereal. Sometimes Pete puts bananas on his peanut butter sandwich. But one day, Pete eats a bad banana. The banana is gross. The banana is mushy. The banana is yucky. Pete's tummy hurts. I will not eat bananas again, Pete tells his mom. Pink stuff. Pete's mom tries to help. She bakes Pete's favorite banana bread. Pete will not touch it. She makes Pete a banana cream pie. Pete would not eat it. She gets Pete a big banana split. No thanks, Pete says. Instead, Pete tries a lemon. It's yellow like a banana. Pete tastes it. Yuck, says Pete. This lemon is sour. Pete tries a pickle. It's long like a banana. Pete tastes it. Better, says Pete, but not as good as a banana. Pete tries an orange. It has to be peeled like a banana. The orange is sweet, but it's too juicy. It makes Pete's paws sticky. Pete tries fish, plums, rice, hot dogs, watermelon, and his mom's nut bread. Pete eats them all. He is not hungry for bananas anymore. Then comes the big race run. What did Pete have for breakfast? 3. A pickle? No, Pete doesn't eat pickles for breakfast. A hot dog? No, Pete just had a hot dog for dinner last night. A lemon? No, that's just silly. Pete wants a banana. They're yummy and healthy. Bananas are the best. Do you have another banana? Pete asks. Of course, says Greg the monkey. Pete peels the banana slowly. It's not brown, it's not mushy. Pete takes a teeny tiny bite. It's a yummy banana. It's the best banana ever. Start. Live. Thanks to Greg and his banana, Pete wins the race. Pete is bananas for bananas. Finish line. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Pete tries a lemon. Pete the cat 3-bite rule. Today's the potluck lunch at Pete's school, when everyone brings their favorite dish to share with the class. Pete and Grumpy Toad are helping Mom make Pete's favorite dish, banana casserole, but Grumpy doesn't seem very excited. Are you really gonna let people eat this? Grumpy asks. Huh? Pete loves bananas. I don't like bananas, Grumpy shrugs. Have you ever tried a banana? Asked Mom. I did, said Grumpy. Once. It was the worst taste-related day of my entire life. The flies were hovering around the banana, and my tongue accidentally touched it. Grumpy shudders at the memory. Well, in this house, we practice a 3-bite rule, says Mom. Grumpy looks confused, so Pete and Mom sing the 3-bite rule song. To find out what you like, use this little tool. Easy breezy as ABC. It's called the 3-bite rule. Now you don't have to like it, but you do have to try it. With just 3 teeny tiny bites, you might find something cool. 1 bite, 2 bite, the 3-bite rule. The 3-bite rule isn't only about food, says Mom. It's also about trying anything and everything, as long as you try it 3 times. Pete, you've never tried my pogo stick, says Grumpy. 3-bite rule, everyone cheers. So Pete bounces 1, 2, 3 times on Grumpy's pogo stick. Everyone claps for Pete. Wait a second, Grumpy says to Pete. You said your mom wouldn't try your skateboard. 3-bite rule! Everyone hears again. Mom gets on the skateboard and rolls once. 1, she counts. Mom rolls a second time. She's getting better. 2, says Mom. Mom rolls a third time, but she's going very fast. 3! Mom shouts. Grumpy smiles. I really like the 3-bite rule. Then won't you find out if bananas are for you? Asked Mom. 3-bite rule! Pete and Mom cheered. Grumpy likes the 3-bite rule when other people have to try new things. But he doesn't like it when he has to try new things. Pete finds Grumpy outside. Nothing bad will happen if you just try a banana, Pete says. It's only 3 bites, right? Says Grumpy. I think I'm ready for the 3-bite rule. It's finally time for the potluck lunch at school. Dennis the turtle brings slow-cooked cauliflower. Callie brings scrambled egg burritos. Emma brings fancy French toast. Pete has never seen so many delicacies. He's very excited to three-right rule everything on the table. But Grumpy just snorts. Potluck? More like pot bad luck. Seems like Grumpy has cold webbed feet about the three-bite rule again. Pete the cat is there to give his friend some extra pinch of courage. Three-bite rule, Pete sings to Grumpy. Okay, says Grumpy, let's do this thing. So Grumpy tries his first bite of banana casserole. Everyone's watching. He says. 1. Grumpy eats a second bite. 2. Okay, he says. Grumpy takes a third bite. Hey, I did it! I tried bananas! 3. Everyone is waiting for Grumpy's action. Well, did you like them? Kelly finally asks. No, I don't like them at all, Grumpy laughs. They tasted yucky, but that's okay. I'm okay. Now I know I don't like bananas because I tried them. I'm going to three-bite rule other things too. So Grumpy tries 3 bites of Dennis's local cauliflower. I'm a toad who likes cauliflower, Grumpy shouts. Then Grumpy tries 3 bites of Callie's scrambled egg burritos. Yum, 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 says Grumpy. Then Grumpy tries 3 bites of Emma's fancy French toast. I think I like French toast even more than I like flies, Grumpy says. You rock the 3-bite rule, Grumpy, Emma says. Everyone cheers for Grumpy. Pete is proud of his friend. I'm really glad I tried so many new things, Grumpy says. Now it's your turn. Grumpy pulls out a plastic bag. Something inside it buzzes. Are those? Kelly started to ask. That's right, flies, Grumpy says. 3-bite rule. That's the 3-bite rule. Try everything at least 3 times, although maybe flies can be the exception to the rule. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story was when Grumpy says your turn and he shows a bag of flies. Pete the Cat and the Surprise Teacher by James Dean. Pete is ready for school. Where's Mom? Pete asks. She has a surprise for you, says Pete's dad. Pete goes to school. His mom is there. What a surprise! Hi, class. I'm Mrs. Cat, says Pete's mom. I am the substitute teacher. I will need your help today, says Pete's mom. What do we do first? Art, says Pete. Yeah, says the class. The class lines up. Pete's mom leads the line. Is this art? Asks Pete's mom. Boing. This is not art. This is gym. Stay and play, says the gym teacher. The class plays. Gym is fun with more kids, says Pete. Gym is over. Pete's mom takes the class to art. La la la. This is not art. This is music. Stay and sing, says the music teacher. The class sings. We are louder with more kids, says Pete. Rumble. Pete is hungry. Time for lunch. This is not the lunchroom. This is the playground. Let's have a picnic, says Pete. Now it's time for art, says Pete's mom. Everyone cheers. Pete leads class. Is this art? Asked Pete's mom. It is! Lots of kids are making art. Oh no, says the art teacher. It's too late to join us. The day is almost over. Art is cool. The class goes to their classroom. I know, says Pete. Let's make art here. He says, okay, says Pete's mom. Pete calls a huddle. Whisper, whisper, the class plans a surprise. Pete draws. Callie makes paper cats. Everyone helps. Surprise, says Pete. Thank you, Mrs. Cat. The class made art for Pete's mom. Thank you, Mrs. Cat, says the class. We had a great day with you. Sometimes a different day is an awesome day. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is when they got to eat lunch at the playground. Thank you for reading with me.